Man, what's good, y'all? Sean Lives in the building. Sean Lives in the building again. Man, you know, got my Spider-Man. I was ready to play my Spider-Man game on my walkthrough. But I came over and saw something about Diddy Combs. Diddy, P. Diddy. That he's in jail now. You know, he been locked up and shit. So I watched a little bit and heard about it earlier. And I figured that he was going to be caught. But it's a little different. I'm coming out a little bit more mature right now. This makes, I hate saying stuff like this make our community look bad. You a black man with a big name and made it in this world. You made it out where you was from. You living lavishly. Why would you do that and fuck your career up? Same with like R. Kelly and everything. Like y'all are the reason that, in my opinion, that you make black people look weird, like we are a virus. It is a shame to say that you don't want to be like, some people don't want to be black no more because people like them fucked it up for all of us that we can't get it out. And another thing is a lot of good people are here. Any color, any race, I don't care. We have the potential. The good people in this world has so much potential to get out of here, out of the world, and make it to the top. But we don't. We get overlooked, and they pick the guy that shouldn't have been picked. We grinded our hearts out, and we always be overlooked in the outcome. And I don't want that to happen no more. I'm doing this for the entertainment of the community I'm achieving. I know that my community only got 71 subs. I know. I'm really nothing yet. But I'm going to be something eventually. And I'm going to try to be. But it sucks that we can never get any opportunity. You feel me? We deserve stuff like anything in life. Not like a car and everything, but we deserve to live in a little bit of lavish. But people like them get the opportunity and keep it for all the years, for all the sins they do, and nothing happens until now. And I'm glad that if he did do it, I think he did, because all the allegations and stuff is coming out now. I'm glad that he got caught because he deserves that. And it sucks that so many legends in Hollywood fucked up their career over anything. Fucking with children. Like, why? You can get any woman, any man in the world. Why would you want to fuck a child? You know what I'm saying? How can you look yourself in the mirror every day and say, I fucked a little kid? Or, this person want to be this, but you gotta come and sleep with me. How you look yourself in the face and say, I fucked that girl last night or that guy last night just for that person to get a career? How does that work? But and eventually that shit will come to light because you're gonna fuck with the wrong person. And they gonna end up finally talking because one person, it takes one to change it. And you fucked up your whole career. But I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's get the video started. I'm sorry, guys.
Over Midtown Manhattan. In Manhattan is where it all went down today. A judge denying Shawn Diddy Combs' request for bail after he pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with more.
Rapper Shawn Diddy Combs now facing sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges following a months-long investigation. He appeared before a federal judge in New York on Tuesday, pleading not guilty and will remain behind bars.
The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Prosecutors claim the rapper ran a criminal enterprise through his business empire, where he and his associates engaged in sex trafficking and forced labor. He's also accused of verbally and physically assaulting victims and using assistants and household staff to hide his crimes.
As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Combs was arrested on Monday, months after federal agents raided his homes. He also faces several civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault over the past few decades.
Had they not been filed, there wouldn't have been the media attention, and there wouldn't have been the substance for the feds to take a look under the hood and say, gee, there's something seriously wrong with this guy.
The rapper's attorney says his client is not perfect, but he's not a criminal.
His spirits are good. He's confident.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I understand what we all human. We all are. But you can look at yourself and say, damn, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something bad. You can. Everybody can. Everybody has a conscience. And his lawyer is stupid. And that doesn't make any sense because they make him even look bad. Oh, he's not perfect. He's not perfect. Motherfucker, nobody's perfect. But he's not a criminal. Motherfucker, you're a criminal for what you just did. And I don't like stuff like this. Raping girls, kids, beating up girls, beating up kids, beating up anybody, men, all this. Like, why? Why are you doing so much violence just to put something over for your agenda?
Is dealing with this head on, the way he's dealt with every challenge in his life.
Prosecutors are not ruling out more charges and say the investigation is not done. Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Ashley, thanks so much. Well, we did hear a little bit more from Diddy's attorney outside a courthouse in Lower Manhattan today. Let's watch.
The points that we've been wanting to make, I think it came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion.
How you know he didn't do those things? Were you there in the situation? How you know? Answer that question. They should ask that question. How you know?
There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he. And eventually he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
Want to know the secret to organizing your business? HoneyBook. HoneyBook makes proposals, contracts, and payments easy for me, and even easier for my clients.
I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. I just want to make one point very clear. We have no power.
Look at him lying. Y'all hear that shit? When you lie, you stutter. My bad, I'm eating like shit. When you lie, stutter is another thing. He's stuttering his ass off. He stuttered like 5-6 times.
All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for one day before the case started or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we are going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make him as much as we can until we get him out. So that's all I have.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Wait, what was the question? We're appealing it.
Don't know what the hell he's talking about.
No bail. No bail. He's detained.
We're appealing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Tomorrow at 3:30. 3:30. Same place.
Hey. What?
Bail appeal. Bail appeal. Bail appeal tomorrow at 3:30. Same court. Different judge.
Don't know what the hell he's talking
He's doing fine. He's a fighter. He's a fighter, and he's going to fight this. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you.
You're trash. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
All right, so you heard there
You don't even know what the fuck he's talking about.
about their request and their efforts tomorrow to appeal the no bail decision by the judge in this case, the judge denying Diddy today the request for bail after he pleaded not guilty to these sex trafficking charges. Let's bring into the conversation someone who has walked us through and guided us through this very complex but major story. That's, of course, legal affairs journalist Megan Cuniff. She joins me. Megan, good to see you yet again. A lot has changed since you and I last spoke at this very time yesterday here. This is the 14-page indictment in my hand. 14 pages. Thought it was going to be a little longer, but it's not. I want to read the first paragraph, Megan, of the indictment. They say this: for decades, Sean Combs, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice here. I guess my first question to you is this: how big of a deal is it that he was denied bail? The judge denying this request. I think it's safe to say, I can speak for everyone here in the LiveNow newsroom, there was a collective gasp when we found that out. You were intimating as much that you weren't as surprised. Why?
Yeah, I think just the nature of the charges, and then the sex trafficking charge in particular, there's a presumption that it warrants detention. And the people who've gone before him in the Southern District of New York on that charge haven't fared very well. Jeffrey Epstein, there was a cult leader who actually Diddy's current lawyer represented a couple years ago at trial and was convicted. He was detained pre-trial too. So there definitely is a precedent for this. And just given the nature of the charges, it seemed like an uphill battle for him. He does have a chance tomorrow with his bail appeal hearing. I have, in my experience, seen district judges reverse magistrate judges and say, no, they made the wrong decision on bail, and here's a package we can come up with. I'm not sure if this case is going to be one of those cases. The incidents where I've seen those have not been cases of this nature, of this magnitude, or anything like that. So it will be interesting to see what his lawyers argue tomorrow, and if they put forth any kind of new argument, or if they're just plainly arguing that the magistrate judge got it wrong.
Megan, the sweeping scope of this is just hard to overlook. I mean, it's massive, the tentacles that this indictment has. We can get into that in just a moment. But you're talking about some of the judge's rationale for denying bail here in the request. Prosecutors raised this assault video from 2016 between he and Cassie in that hotel hallway. It's very disturbing where he is physically assaulting her. The rationale the judge made essentially was if he were out before the trial took place, that he could engage in this behavior again. You're saying that's pretty standard from a judge, right?
Yeah, she did cite the violence, the nature of the charges, the violent nature, and yeah, I've seen that type of analysis from judges before when they're trying to do the balancing test on whether to allow bail, and I think that's a common route for them to go down, and prosecutors were, of course, really pushing that. And one thing that I think really weighed against him, and that is significant for the judge, is that pretrial services, which is an arm of U.S. District Court that's separate from the U.S. Attorney's Office, and it's supposed to be, more of a neutral assessment of what would a bail package look like. It's also the same people who do sentencing recommendations. They had recommended that he not be allowed out. They recommended he be detained pending trial, and that's a significant recommendation. And I noticed that the people who were at the courthouse today said that the judge actually, before she announced her decision, she went back into chambers and met with some representatives from pretrial services. So the fact that they didn't think there was any kind of bond package or any kind of release package that they could approve, I think that probably weighed pretty heavily against him.
So Megan, though, the bail package Diddy's defense was offering, it's not peanuts. I mean, it's massive. $50 million they were offering, and it was denied here in a number of different
Damn. They offered him $50 million for bail. God. So that's how you know you got money. $50 million for bail just with ease, and they said nah. Boy getting caught up, y'all. Boy getting caught up. That's crazy.
Ways they were offering so much. Are you surprised that that high dollar amount was denied? $50 million.
I'm not, because I don't think it would have been the money that was really the driving factor there. It would be something, but for somebody with his amount of wealth, I think a judge would expect that he would have to put some serious skin in the game. And for somebody like Diddy, that would be in the range of $50 million. So I think his lawyers, just given how experienced they are, knew that they had to do something like that. And one thing that just struck me reading through his bail package and everything is just how prepared his attorneys were for this. And then the months of correspondence they included where they're communicating with prosecutors about his travel plans and really just trying to be open about this. I think it shows that, I mean, they knew these charges were inevitable, and they were trying to set up a scenario that would keep him out of prison. And frankly, I also thought it was a testament to how much money he's spending on his defense, because he needs to be prepared to be spending tens of millions of dollars over the next few years. And I saw that he's put his house in LA up for sale. So I think he's preparing for some expensive criminal defense lawyering that's going to be going on.
Yeah, Megan, let's read what the defense team has prepared. And you're talking about how prepared they were. A $50 million bond co-signed by him, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 oldest sons, secured by the equity of his mother's Miami home, restricted travel to the Southern District of Florida and New York. Diddy and his family members' passports surrendered, not just him. Home detention with GPS monitoring and other standard conditions of pretrial supervision. All of that was denied by the judge today. Megan, let's get...
Jesus Christ. Damn. That's a lot of shit. Scared to home restricted. Damn, he ain't got no security or nothing. That's crazy. Woo!
Back, though, to the scope of the indictment here, because this is quite staggering. I want to read this here. The government has spoken to over 50 witnesses. They have sworn out warrants for cloud accounts. The search has yielded 90 cell phones and 30 other devices, including a surveillance system. And so there were 300, Megan, grand jury subpoenas here, not to mention the raids back in March in the homes there in the Beverly Hills section and in Miami. We are learning what was taken from those raids. What was taken? What did we learn today from those raids, too?
Yeah, excuse me, they did mention, 3 assault rifles, 3 AR-15 assault rifles that actually had defaced serial numbers on them. And then there were some narcotics found, and then apparently they found some video evidence of this. They said they found 1,000 bottles, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and a lubricant that they think were used in these.
Yo, what the fuck? That boy a freak. What the hell? 1,000 bottles of baby oil? He mean, that boy nasty. He not nasty, he nasty.
These sexual encounters that Diddy was part of. But then there's also something in the indictment where they talk about witness coercion, and that after the lawsuits were filed in late 2023 and all these allegations started becoming public, they said that Diddy actually took it upon himself to record some of his conversations with potential witnesses where he talks about, things that they should say to try to refute any kind of investigation. In my reading of that, I got the impression that investigators know that because when they were searching his home, they found some of the recordings.
Okay.
So between the narcotics, the guns, and then the recordings of him talking to personal witnesses, that's been a window into it a little bit.
Megan, it wasn't just we learned more from what was taken. So much was taken from these raids. We also learned what Diddy had in his hotel room. last night when he was apprehended and taken into custody here. He had what appeared to be narcotics. This is according to the assistant U.S. attorney, found in his hotel last night, a pink powder that has previously tested positive for ecstasy and other drugs.
That's drugs.
So that, I thought, what was quite interesting here. Is Diddy a flight risk? Did that go into denying his bail as well? Or no, because they were surrendering passports?
I did not see that in the reporting, but there is some interesting stuff in his 10-page letter that was filed this morning about wanting bail. They talk about how he actually needed to move hotel rooms. So there was some indication that last night, at least, he was going to have to move hotel rooms. So I wonder if that got federal authorities' attention. But his lawyer also said today that he was planning on turning himself in, but authorities didn't want him to turn himself in because they wouldn't be able to make a strong argument for detention.
Yo, why you do Shorty like that, though? Yo, really dragged her and kicked her? That's crazy. What the fuck? Bruh.
Didn't want him to turn himself in because they wouldn't be able to make a strong argument for detention pending trial. So we've had some clues.
Like he knocked her out.
You know, Megan, lastly, though, you've followed this story from start to finish, and it's really just beginning. You can make that argument here. Anything in the indictment, though, stand out to you that you did not know before about this entire saga? When you first read it, what struck out to you? What did you learn that you didn't know before?
I think we've heard rumors about a potential bribery and what went on with the hotel video, why that was suppressed. But this comes right out and says that he bribed a hotel employee, and the U.S. attorney said at the press conference that he offered a stack of cash. So it's more just seeing this in writing and having these allegations just on paper, boom, and then he's arrested pending trial. I think it's a huge reality check, and for him it's got to be, because I always just kind of wondered what the defense was up to over the last few months, and it looks like they did see this coming, but we're kind of hoping they would be able to stave something off.
Megan, depending on the duration of the allegations, and I'm not entirely sure how far they go back, but when you take that time frame, if you were anyone in Diddy's close orbit, do you have a target on your back by prosecutors?
I thought what was interesting was in listening to the prosecutor talk, it sounds like there are a lot of people around Diddy who could be considered unindicted co-conspirators. Oh. And he indicated that there's still an investigation that's ongoing. There could be possible charges, but it seems like a lot of people around him are in a position to become testifying witnesses for the prosecution to avoid any kind of criminal charges or criminal implication themselves. It sounds like there are a lot of people who could get up on the witness stand and testify as eyewitnesses to a lot of this stuff. So I think prosecutors are probably hoping to get a lot of those people lined up instead of bringing more indictments, but we'll see what happens there.
All right, Megan, just lastly, any more charges coming for Diddy? Do you anticipate?
Right now, no. I think the prosecutors would always say that's open, and they did do an open call for people to come and give an 800 number, so that could happen. But right now, the three charges that he has are pretty serious, and just the months that went into this grand jury investigation, I think those are pretty nailed down.
Okay. Megan Cuniff, as always, can't thank you enough. We'll rely on you to help us make sense if there are any more developments in this case. Megan, have a good night.
All right, y'all. That was the reaction video done. If y'all want to see the original video, instead of, hear me talk and ramble, I'll leave the link in the description for it. But, man, this is a big, why? Why would you do that? You fucked up your whole career, your whole legacy for dumb shit. It's crazy how people do that shit, yo. Then they get mad and blame all of us when they fuck up. That's their fault. But man, you know what? I think it's an opportunity for all of us, the people that are good in life, to finally get their opportunity that they deserved. It's like all the bad is going away. R. Kelly, now Diddy. It's crazy. Think about it. R. Kelly, now Diddy. Who's next? Who's gonna be the next Hollywood person that's gone? it's painful to see that, you know, a man, you know, like so many people that was poor at first made it out just to fuck up, just to be poor again. And reputation. Like, it's crazy, yo. But yo, I want to thank y'all comment and subscribe. I want y'all comment and subscribe for me. And you know, what's y'all input on this situation? What do y'all feel? I know all you guys have a lot of different things you can say about this situation here. I don't really like releasing videos like this or reacting to stuff like this because I don't want anybody feel some type of way, or people go against each other in the comment sections over little things that another person messed up and screwed up on. But the video and everything he did, you could tell he's not innocent. And you could tell. But in the comment section, talk about it. You know, I'm gonna try to respond to some of you guys as much as possible and see what y'all inputs, because everybody got different inputs to put on. But hopefully we'll find a funny video to react to. Hopefully you guys will send me something new, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm definitely down to react to something new for you guys. I really am. Please like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new. And we're out.